You're watching Fugitive Red Eye, and once again, I'm kinda sorta stealing an idea from Corbin, but also not really. I decided to do a which anime character are you quiz. This is obviously not exactly the same thing Corbin's been doing. He's been doing those self-diagnosis online things, but same basic principle, so what better opportunity than to steal another one of his ideas? No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, this is somewhat different. But I will admit that I was inspired to do it because of that, so let's go ahead and do this. Anime covers an enormous range of human and inhuman experiences, from faultless superheroes fighting to make the universe a better place, to frail dancers who look for a place in the world to call their own. Find out which anime character lives within you! Alright, let's be a degenerate weeb. What are you most afraid of? Losing my family, nothing and no more. Losing my cool, anything and everything. Losing my family. Who is the most important person in your life? I would say family and friends both, kind of in general. See, I wouldn't necessarily say just my parents. They're one part of it, you know what I mean? I don't have kids and I don't have a significant other. I'm not a fucking narcissist, so I wouldn't say myself. I'm gonna say friends, just because it's a little bit more vague. But I would say family as well. What is the world's biggest problem? Violence, stupidity, ignorance, or greed? I'd say stupidity. Like, ignorance is very similar. But stupidity, I'd say, is more genuinely what a lot of people have. You're about to go off on an adventure. Who would you choose to accompany you? Someone who's really smart? I don't need anyone. Someone who's really strong? Someone who's really quiet? Someone who's really strong. If it's an adventure, I'd want someone to be the muscle, because I certainly can't pull off being the muscle myself. Do you live for a good fight? If it's for fun, definitely. I mean, I sure could. I've never really been in a real fight. I've done some fun scraps, you know, just some friendly matches here and there. Not really a fighter. I prefer to use my words over physical combat. I'd rather not engage anyone physically unless it's necessary. I mean, I'd say these both are kind of true, but this one also kind of true in a way. Like, if it's just a good, fun one with obviously some limitations on it, I wouldn't mind it, but I'm gonna say this one. You see a person you dislike, what do? Acknowledge their presence, say something insulting, get flustered, nothing, I'm fine as long as they don't bother me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't care. Of the following, which would be true about your emotional state? I'm myself no matter what, I show no weakness, I'm an open book, I don't have any emotions. I mean, these two are kind of true. I'm gonna say I'm an open book, because I'm a fairly open person. Obviously, I've got my private life in addition to my public life, everyone does. But for the most part, I try to be blunt and honest with people. Would you describe your sense of style? Comfortable and laid back? Yeah, comfortable and laid back, easy. Of the following, what are you connected to the most? People, technology, books, or nature? I guess technology, even though I'm not a super big technological person. I didn't have a smartphone until 2017, and I didn't have a debit card until this year, so I mean, obviously I'm way behind the times. Like, I've got both those things now. Like, up until then, I just had an ATM card and a savings account, but now I have a debit card. We'll say technology, even though I'm a fucking boomer as shit when it comes to that. Which of these is your go-to drink? Soda. That was an easy one. You have a lot of excess energy after working out. What do? I mean, I don't, but, you know, I'd go running, I suppose. While out and about on your daily errands, you come across a mysterious notebook. What do? Take it home and eventually look inside, take it home and thoroughly examine it. Yeah, I'm gonna take that home. I'm gonna write some names in it if it's a death note. I mean, why the fuck wouldn't I do that? What would your dream job be? A police detective, trophy wife or husband, professional chess player. You already have a dream job. I mean, out of these, I guess police detective would be the most interesting. What is your family life like? I have a traditional family with a mother, father, and siblings. That's exactly what I got. If you had a garden, what would you plant? Roses, apple trees, foxgloves, or gerbera daisies? I don't really have any reason to plant flowers. I'd be more practical and go for an apple tree. What are you fighting for? I'd say friends and family. Justice is a good one too, but I don't know. I'd say friends and family. Who are you in your friend group? The planner, the daydreamer, the rebel, or the naive one? I guess the planner. I'm usually the one who decides where we're going and what we're doing, but I'm not exactly a planner, but that's the most accurate to it. If you were to rate your ego, with 0 being the lowest and 8 being the highest, what would you rate it? Between 0 and 2, that's fairly accurate. I don't consider myself to have an ego. I mean, I don't necessarily think that's for me to judge. I think that, you know, if someone's egotistical, they're not going to judge themselves as egotistical, but I don't consider myself to be. You're at a cafe, what do you order? Everything on the menu, nothing, I brought my own, or sweets? I guess sweets, but, yeah. What do you do after school? Work at the job you love? I mean, I don't go to school anymore, When I was taking college classes, sometimes I go to work, but I don't necessarily love my job. It's just a job. Don't really try out new recipes. I've been to an arcade, but not like on a regular basis. And I've never been to university, just community college. So we'll say this, even though I don't necessarily love a job. What kind of music appeals to you the most? Rock, classical, pop, or something slow and soothing? We'll say rock. What is your favorite creature? Dragon, Cupid, unicorn, or yeti? Well, dragon. What kind of pussy shit is this stuff? What do you do when it rains? Walk around with a newspaper on my head. Dance, sing, or get inside fast. I'm singing in the rain, just sing. I don't really do the newspaper thing, but I suppose. I mean, I could get inside fast too, but like, I don't mind the rain. The rain's fine. Which fairy tale archetype do you emphasize with? I guess the rogue. The knight kinda, but not really. When is it acceptable to lie? Anytime, so long as no one finds out. For the most part, never, unless it might save someone's life. Only little white lies are okay. It's never okay to lie. I'd say more only little white lies are okay. I think if it's something that doesn't matter, or if it's nobody's fucking business, I don't have a problem with it. But I tend to be honest with people. So much to the point where I'm very kind of brash to some people, just because I'm very honest. Like, even to the point where it's maybe a fault. But I obviously have had my own white lies in the past too, so, you know, who hasn't? A stranger needs your help, what do? Go out of my way to help them? I just ignore them and walk by? I'll help, but always expecting something in return. I'll help them, but make a note to ask them for something in return later. I mean, these two are kind of the same. Here's the thing, it depends on what help they need. I'm gonna be perfectly honest and just be real here. This is normally what I do. I just ignore them and walk by. But if, like, someone's life is in danger, then I'd go out of my way to help them. It just depends. When do you usually wake up? 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., other. Like, 11 a.m. is typically when I wake up. How would you fare in a battle? Oh, I'd die, no doubt. Who am I? I'm Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service. Because you are both very outgoing? No, I'm not. The fuck are you talking about? Friendly? Yeah, I'd say so. And work hard to reach your goals. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have goals, but okay. You're fun and spunky, and people love to be around you. I'd agree with that, actually. People do tend to like me. You also love to have a companion by your side. I mean, yeah, if it's someone I care about and someone I actually identify with, sure. You're resourceful and know how to get yourself out of a bind. Have strong bond with your family and friends, yeah. You're also very curious about the world. I'd say some of those are accurate. Other ones not so much, but I'm also not a female, so, you know, that's kind of a big deal to me. But, yeah, there we go.
Subscribe, the Fugitive Red Eye.